They kept all the good fish and tossed out all the bad fish. Jesus said, the fisherman's net is like God's kingdom. Everyone wants to be part of His kingdom. But the angels will come and separate the godly people from the ungodly people. The godly people will live in heaven with me forever. Jesus feeds thousands. Matthew chapter 14 verses 13 through 22, Mark chapter 6 verses 30 through 44, Luke chapter 9 verses 10 through 17, and John chapter 6 verses 1 through 15. Jesus and His disciples were tired. They needed a quiet place to rest. So they got into a boat and pushed up from shore. A crowd followed the boat. Over 5,000 people had come to see Jesus. Even though He was tired, Jesus wanted to help them. He climbed out of the boat and He began to bless and heal many people. Later that day, the disciples said to Jesus, "It is getting late. These people should go home and eat dinner." Jesus replied, "We can feed them. See if anyone has any food to share." The disciples found one boy. He had 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. Jesus said, "Bring the boy to me." The disciples asked, "How will so little food feed this many people?" Jesus said, "You will see. Have the people sit down." Then Jesus took the bread and gave thanks to God. His disciples gave bread and fish to everyone. To their surprise, 12 baskets were left over. Jesus walks on water. Matthew chapter 14 verses 22 through 33, Mark chapter 6 verses 45 through 51, and John chapter 9 verses 1 through 12. Jesus told His disciples to go on ahead of Him. Then Jesus walked up a mountainside to pray. Storm clouds filled the sky. Jesus could see the disciples in the boat. They were having trouble. The wind swooshed. The waves sloshed. The boat was tossed about. Suddenly, the disciples saw someone walking on the water toward them. They thought it was a ghost. Jesus called out to them, "It is I. Do not be afraid." The disciples still weren't sure. Peter said, "If you really are Jesus, let me walk out to you." Jesus replied, "Come." Peter stepped out of the boat. He began walking on the water toward Jesus. Then Peter looked at the wind and the waves. He became afraid. Suddenly, he started to sink. "Lord, save me!" Peter cried out. Jesus reached out and pulled Peter up. "Why didn't you trust me?" Jesus asked Peter. They climbed into the boat and the storm stopped. The disciples worshipped Jesus. They said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Jesus heals a blind beggar. John chapter 9 verses 1 through 12. Jesus and His disciples saw a blind beggar. He had been blind since he was born. The end.